Ladies and gentlemen, there have been some massive Valorant leaks. It looks like IGN have accidentally broken an embargo and thrown out a ton of screenshots on Play Valorant, which we're going to break down. So this here is just giving you guys an idea of where this has come from and gives us confirmation that yes, there was a sort of press event which has been held in which various websites like IGN have had the chance to play the game and put content together, which we assume the NDA for this will probably end on the 2nd of March, so we'll get more information. As you guys can see on the screen here, this guy who works for IGN is just saying like, hey, yeah, we're not going to leak anything until the embargo, well, lifts. Well, tough, because you kind of have already. So this is the first screenshot we're going to break down. And what we're going to do here, guys, is look at these screenshots because these are brand new. They're super fresh. I was actually alerted to these by Slasher on Twitter. I'm going to put a link to his Twitter in the video description below, so go and check that out. But this is just insane. So let's take a look at what's going on. Now, you guys have probably seen this. This is a leak of the character page for Sage. Now, this is character selection. We can see a bunch of characters at the bottom of the screen and to the left of the screen. We get the names of the characters and we get their abilities being outlined. Of course, this was thrown out there by Valorant the game on Twitter. So yeah, this has kind of been covered. I didn't cover it because I didn't really think it was too much. We needed a bit more substance. Okay, let's, well, look at a bit more substance because there's loads of stuff going on here in these images. So the first thing I want to kind of look at is the weapon model. I think this is the third character along from the left. So this is the first time we get to see them actually holding a weapon, which is cool as hell. We also get a bit more information as well. If we look at this screenshot, we get to see a bunch of different names. Now, on the right-hand side, I believe that character there is Viper. This is simply because they've got green stuff on them. You can see green stuff sort of in their player portrait, and also the hairstyles really do match. So that's the back of Viper. The other thing we see is one of Sage's abilities, and that looks to be Barrier Wall, or it could actually be one of Viper's abilities. Now, I think this is one of Viper's abilities and not Sage, because Barrier Orb, I believe, is a solid wall. If you look at that wall on the right-hand side, it very much looks like the smoke wall that we see get deployed in the official gameplay announcement trailer by Viper, no less. So that probably is one of Viper's walls there that we can see. But again, this is super cool. But there's more information here, because look at this in the middle of the screen. Reactor A. That's a bomb site. That's bomb site A if any of you guys play Counter-Strike. It's going to be one of the locations where you go in on the defusal mode and you stick down whatever the hell is the bomb. I mean, I doubt Riot are going to call it a bomb. And there is a little bit of info I think I found out on one of the latest screenshots actually showing the bomb off. And I don't think it's a bomb. I think it's more of like a suitcase style thing. Okay, let's move on. This, I think, is Viper, although it might not be because, hey, what do we know? But it's the first look we get at melee weapon. Like, maybe they're in the buy zone here. Maybe this is a spawn. We don't know. The character right in the middle, though, it's this guy with the hat. Now, we don't know who this is. There is no name for this character. It's just sort of the white-coated guy with a fancy hat. There, you can see we don't know what his name is based off the leaks that we've got. But the cool thing about this image is the fact we get to see the melee stance for the first time, and it looks really cool. And you can imagine there's going to be sort of weapon skins for the knives, very CS:GO-y, I'd imagine, and all of that. But that looks really kind of nice. We also see this on the wall, Old Town Tours. Maybe Old Town is just a location. It also looks a bit dusty as well, doesn't it? This kind of tile set for the map, or maybe like Mirage as well, which I guess is kind of the same sort of look as Dust. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's move on. So here, there's loads going on in this image here. We've got a massive red tracer going through the screen for a start. So it's like, hello, we're getting shot at from over there. Now, the first thing we're going to look at in this image is in the bottom left, we see a character holding a heavy machine gun or an LMG of some description. That is Viper, and that is a massive LMG. Now, we were teased with this heavy machine gun or light machine gun or whatever the hell it is, like a massive M60 style weapon in the earlier gameplay teaser because, well, it kind of comes up in the kill feed, but we don't actually get to see it. All right, the next thing I want to focus on is this big puddle on the ground. I think this is one of Sage's abilities, and I think this is Slow Orb. If you read, Slow Orb deploys an area on the ground, which is going to slow you down. And that very much looks like something is detonated on the ground, and this is going to prevent maybe that Viper moving at normal movement speed as they would. But not only that, I'm going to show you guys in a second, there is actually a wall up over towards where the tracer fire is coming from. You guys can kind of see it to the right there. Somebody is clearly standing on that. That is gotta be Barrier Orb, because look at that. It's very smooth on the top. It's not like Viper's smoke wall, which we've seen in the earlier screenshot. very smooth indeed. Again, I think that is almost certainly barrier orb that we can see there. But the cool thing here is this is like a May wall from Overwatch where you can stand on top of it, right? So you can boost people up, use it to get height, use it to get advantage, use it to maybe just sort of surprise the enemy. And that's really cool. Now, we're going to move on to another image here. And again, there's a lot going on in this image. So let's start at the very left-hand side of the image. That is Sage. This is the backside of Sage, or kind of like the side profile of Sage. He seems to be using some sort of rifle there, it looks like. And then obviously the player model, I don't know which hero or character that is, but that appears to be almost like the AK-47 variant of weapons. To the left-hand side, though, you can see a massive green ball. That, I think, is one of Viper's abilities because it's very, like, sort of dark, almost like razor-like green. It's not this turquoisey effect, which we can see in the door in the middle. That's very much a Sage ability. That green thing is a big spherical smoke. Now, we did see that in the gameplay trailer. We also seen this area of the whatever map this is. It kind of looks a bit like Hanamura, this does, from Overwatch. Sort of that Eastern vibe going on, especially like the Japanese-inspired architecture, or maybe it's Chinese-inspired, but you guys get what I'm saying. Now, that's bomb site B, we can see in the middle. Somebody's peeking, they're getting shot at. It looks like the characters that we're, from the point of view, are firing from a high ground position, but it's super cool. This, though, what is going on here? This is crazy. So here we see, like, okay, we've got to talk about that massive thing dropping out of the sky. What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. Is that, I mean, it can't be somebody spawning in, right? What is that? Is it an ultimate ability? Is it just somebody using a mad ability? I don't know. That just looks crazy. But it's definitely something that's being deployed there during this fight, which is just mad. So on the sort of to the middle and to the right at the back, and the reason why I'm not zooming in on this, guys, is because I kind of want to get the whole picture of it here. But we can see that looks like a smoke ability again, but this time it's sort of like a gray, dusty color smoke. Weird, right? Maybe that's similar to the other Viper smoke. Maybe it's got some sort of different abilities. Maybe it slows you down as you go through it. I don't know. And to the left, we can see the white hat guy. And to the right, we can see, I think that's Viper firing across again. Very prominent trace of fire, which is one thing we'll notice throughout all of these screenshots, where the enemy trace of fire is so pronounced that you're really going to know where people are firing from. Look, I mean, look at that. It's like a massive laser going through the middle of the screen. So we've got two guys attacking another character there. This sort of in like a graffitied garage kind of workshop area, it looks like. Could be the same map as the one from the previous screenshot, because it did look slightly industrial. We've got little bits on the wall. We've got like YT and whatever the hell that means. I don't know. But then obviously we see the guy on the left-hand side is this white caped, coated guy with the hat. But this time he seems to have that kind of looks like an AK-47 maybe that he's got. I don't know. Maybe could argue that's like an MP5 style weapon. I don't know. But yeah, this screenshot, it's okay. This one as well gives us the first look at one of the character models that we haven't actually seen so far. That's the cool thing about this one. We've also got as well a ton of like nice little detail on the map, like kind of on the wall and things like that. It's pretty cool. Got a nice air conditioning unit top left. Beautiful. Again, massive tracer being fired at us. So yeah, this is the look we get at this character. Now, this is kind of funky, because we've got a character here with a grey jacket on with a yellow symbol. Maybe this is like a fire character. Maybe his abilities are things like Molotovs and stuff like that. That could be really cool, right? I mean, that's the only information we've got on this character, so we don't know. We're just making it up at this point, but that's what this is all about. It's speculation based on what we've been given, and this is what makes this really cool, especially around the start or the launch of games. We know information is coming soon on this, but it's really cool to get the info early and then try and extrapolate and try and work out what is going on. But again, we can see possibly the AK-47 or some type of rifle from our point of view firing towards the enemy. We've got our ally to the left. Again, the first look we get to see it, that hero. It's super cool. All right, let's move on. So this screenshot there's so much going on here. This is just crazy. So obviously we've got a revolver there. That looks insane. We've got an enemy on the high ground firing at us, an enemy on the low ground. We've got the fire dude, if we can call him that, I don't know, sitting in the middle. And then we've got this. This could be the bomb or the package or whatever it's called that we dropped down. You see, the problem with calling things a bomb is sponsors don't like it. Counter-Strike's got the problem of terrorists and counter-terrorists and terrorists win. That means certain companies will never, ever, ever sponsor those tournaments, those games. So they're kind of they're not screwed, obviously, but they've got a ceiling that they can reach with audience. And Riot, well, they want to go through that, don't they? So that could be what you have to do, just sort of deliver a package to a point, and the enemy team have to get rid of it. But I think that's probably a little bit of cool info that maybe not a lot of people have picked up from these screenshots. Also, what in the hell is going on to the right, well, to the left-hand side, sorry, and to the right? I mean, what's happened to that building? It's got like something smashed through it. We did see this kind of stuff in some concept art, which again was in the gameplay announcement trailer for Valorant, as it's called, or they were calling it Project A, but it is called Valorant. And I'll show you some proof for that towards the end of the video. What is that? It's like smashing the building up, but on the left, that looks like, if any of you guys play Command & Conquer out there, that looks like the GDI ion cannon is being deployed. That must be an ultimate ability somebody's using. And it's going to fire a massive laser down from space, I don't know, and just kill everybody. That just looks crazy. What is going on there? That looks mad. That looks actually mad. This again looks like the Hanamura style map. All right, let's move on to these things, because this is the Play Valorant Twitter, which, as Slasher did point out, was actually changed to be a verified account. Now, the only thing that would cause a brand new account to be verified is if it was actually a brand account. But the cool thing here, well, maybe not cool thing, is they kind of went ahead and then they sort of did this and got rid of it. Now, this was only a few hours later. You can see the follow account has gone up quite heavily since then, where everybody was like, oh my god, this is true. Now, I've been following this account for ages because I have my suspicions, ladies and gentlemen, but there you go. So yeah, all right, guys, I think I'm going to leave the video at that. There's loads of info starting to come out about this now, and I suspect, well, we know that on the 2nd of March, there will be more information coming out about this. We're expecting all of the official Twitter accounts to come alive, their YouTube account, their Twitch account. We're expecting gameplay stuff to start showing up from people like IGN. We're expecting articles to show up. It's just going to be a really fun time for Valorant information. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of this, because it very much looks like, and from what we've been told based on people who've played the game so far, it very much looks like it's CSGO, but it's also got abilities like Overwatch and maybe a bit of Apex Legends in there. And to me, that sounds really, really good. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you really enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell for more information on Valorant and, of course, Overwatch if that's your thing. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Toodaloo.